Good morning. My name is Scott Carley, and I'm an executive coach and the senior trainer for Growth Dynamic Consulting. I'm also a speaker for Vistage. We specialize in time management and word-of-mouth referral networking. And today, I want to talk to you just briefly about a new product that I've been using called Trello. Trello is a free online app that you can use on your phone, your computer, your laptop, your iPad, whichever tool you decide to use it on. Trello will help you to define, organize, and manage your roles, responsibilities, and the activities that they generate. It also allows you to invite staff and players into the system so they can view, participate, and become accountable. This is really huge because if you're running projects or departments or meetings, you need to be able to communicate upline and downline so that everybody knows what's going on and you can have some accountability. Now, some key components of Trello, just to give some foundation as we get started. Trello is made up of organizations, which are a group of boards. So I'll show you how that works a little more in just a minute as we illustrate. Those boards are the roles or categories that represent your responsibilities. And then the cards are the subsets or the pieces within those boards. And of course, cards are made up of activities, checklists, attachments, due dates, etc. So there's a lot of great information that you can use in Trello to help you get started. Now, if you remember when we did our Vistage presentation on focus on what matters, get control of your distractions, one of the main things we talked about were your primary roles. So primary roles of the business owner generate primary activities. So let's look back and think for just a minute, for illustration's sake, some of the primary roles of the business owner. Those include finances, forecasting, sales, project management, product development, VP staff development. So these are at least 6 roles or areas of responsibility that as the business owner you would have. Now let's take a look and see how we would use Trello to help us out with that. So I've already gone into Trello and I've put together a Vistage business owner organization. Now I did that by coming up to the very top, and over here is the plus sign, and when I hit that plus sign I can create a new board or a new organization. And an organization is a group of boards and people. Use it to group boards in your company, team, or family. So that's what I did. I came down here and I created the Vistage Business Owner Organization. And what I did, I created some of the boards that we just talked about. Finances, forecasting, product development and research, sales, and VP staff development. One of the boards that I purposely left off was project. So project management, let's create that so you can see how it works. So I come over here to create a new board and we'll just type in project management and then I hit create. So now I have a new board that is a collection of those other boards. So if I look here, I go back to my original list. There it is, project management, because it's in alphabetical order, project management. So let's click on that and let's see how we can use that. So I've got this big board. So now, as I told you, let's go to the cards. This would be considered a card. So I'm going to add a list. So we're going to call this project the 7-Eleven store. So I'm just assuming that that'll be one of our projects. We could have another project. That might be the Macy's store. And we are making an assumption that the business owner is a security company who's installing security cameras and security systems. So we have 2 stores, 7-Eleven and a Macy's. So let's go back over to the 7-Eleven and let's add some things that's going to need to happen in that project with that 7-Eleven store. Well, one of the first things we're probably going to need are the blueprints. So we can take a look at what the store actually looks like and how things are set up, the wiring, the plumbing, the entrances, the doors, the windows, all of that. So I want to take a look at the blueprints. Another thing, after I look at that, I'm going to make a bid, a proposal. So I want to put that on my list. After that's done, there's going to be a budget for spending on this project. And then, of course, the installation. So all of those are just 4 areas under the project of 7-Eleven store. Now, something that I want to do on this installation, you notice when I put my marker on it, let's open that up, and it opens up another box. And over here, it gives me a list of things that I can add to it. I can invite members, which may be the subs that are installing it, the installers. I can create labels, color code it. I can make a checklist. I can create a due date for when that installation is supposed to take place. So let's just do that. That due date is going to be on February 27th. I want them to get started at 7:30 in the morning. So let's get that set up. So that installation is due at 7:30 a.m. I hit save. So there's my due date. Now I want to put a checklist in. So I'm going to come over here to checklist. And when I put that checklist in, we're going to call that installation checklist. So what are some things that need to go in with that installation? Well, I know that 6 cameras will be used. I need to think about the wiring. A monitor needs to be set up. The supply feed and backup. We want to think about testing the system. Let's test it. And we want to clean up. And then paperwork. Okay, so that's a really simple checklist for the installation. You, I'm sure, want to add a lot more detail. Put whatever you want in it. So now, if I invite members, let's say I invite the installers, so now they can see this same project. So now when they come in and they start going through the process, they can click off, yeah, cameras are done, the wiring went in, we got the monitor installed, we did clean up, we did get the supply feed, and but we didn't test it. We didn't test it because we got busy and we left. And so now they leave, but you, as the business owner, you come back later that day, and you're looking at that 7-Eleven store, seeing how it went. You come down here to installation, and you notice the things that they did, but they didn't check off they tested it, and they didn't do the paperwork. So now you can go back and ask them about the test, and hey, I want to see the paperwork. This just gives you a great way to be able to monitor what's going on. So now we're going to click this off, and so we'll just assume that the 7-Eleven store is finished. Now I can move this whole thing over here somewhere. Let's move it over here. And so now the Macy's store has come up, and I can work on that. And I can create all the details that I need for the Macy's store. So when I look back at my Trello application, I can see how helpful it would be in finances, what I need to define as some of my roles and activities in forecasting, project management, sales, VP staff development, all of those. Now just super quickly, I want to bring you over here and just show you what we call the CEO Weekly. And I've created a checklist for that CEO Weekly for the week of March 2nd, March 9th, March 16th. And if I come over here at this CEO Weekly 12-step, I can look at some things that I've put in it, and these are things that I've determined need to happen every week for me. Mentally, physically, domestically, relationally, professional forecasting, professional sales, professional project management, finances, etc. And every time I take care of one of those, I can check it off. So I can repeat this again and again so that as the business owner, the CEO, I've got a 12-step that helps me to stay on track for running my company and doing the things that I need to do. So I showed all of that to you because I wanted you to see how powerful and how simple Trello is in being able to run the business. So why would I use Trello? Why do I so highly recommend it? Well, first of all, it's visual and organized. And anytime you can see your responsibilities and you can organize it, you can be in much better control of it. It's online. It's easy access from my cell phone or my iPad, doesn't matter. And that means it's updated. So anytime anybody makes any changes, it's an automatic instant update. Also, I like Trello because members can participate and see. I can pull people in that have direct responsibility to projects or roles or activities, and they can be a part of what's going on. And then I really like the accountability. The accountability that when I've assigned something, I've delegated something, then I can see where they are, when they check things off, and making sure that the projects are moving on time or ahead of schedule. So it's a tremendous tool. I encourage you to use it, take advantage of it. I know it can help you. If you decide that you want to bring your team together and you want me to take them through some training on how to set up Trello and how to actually use it, then contact me. We'll discuss the options and see how we can help you. So again, this is Scott Carley with Growth Dynamic Consulting, and I hope that you can take advantage of this and use it, and it will help you with your productivity and to feel like you're much more organized and in control. So we'll wrap it up with a great quote. I love this one. Things may come to those who wait, but only what's left behind by those who hustle. So let's get out there and hustle and make it happen.